And we're back with another exciting episode of What's Cooking. I'm your host, Patricia Kutia, and I am excited to have a numbers guy in the kitchen with me today to cook up something, delicious as always. So before we go about on this episode, I just want to give a big thank you to Coca-Cola, Metro Fresh, Metro Namibia, and of course, Kitchen 82 for hosting us. And as promised, here in the kitchen with me, I have accountant, Meneer Francois Van Rooi. I am so excited to have you in the kitchen with me.
It's nice to be here as well.
So a lot's happening on this table. Before we jump in, I'm excited. I want to say, but I think you should say it. What are we going to be making in the kitchen today?
We're going to be making lasagna soup.
Okay, I've never had lasagna soup before, so I'm excited. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
I know a lot of you have not heard about this. So today, Francois is going to take us a step-by-step tutorial of how to make your own lasagna soup.
Yeah.
But before we dive in, I think it's only fair that we get to know a little bit about yourself. So just tell us, where do you work and how long you've been working there, and just where the dream for numbers or accounting really stemmed from.
Okay, so I work at Heritage Geophysical Services, Namibia. It's a geophysical company. So they focus on geophysical work and mining, so they're in the mining industry as well. My love for numbers, I don't know where it came from, it just came naturally. So yeah, that's where it came from.
I'm not a numbers girl, so.
Yeah, I never expected I would be an accountant because I never had it at school. I only started doing accounting at university.
Really?
So I never had accounting subjects on school or at school.
What did you end up studying in university actually?
At university, accounting, yeah.
Okay, but you never had it in high school?
No.
This was just something that you went on a limb on. It's I'm going for accounting.
Yeah.
It's for me, If it's not, it's not.
Yeah, because I was also indecisive as to what I wanted to study when I was at university or after my school years.
So what were the options after school? Accounting and?
Accounting and something in admin.
So we ended up in accounting. Yeah. Are you satisfied on your choice? Can you say that there's no regrets?
It's probably one of the best choices I've made in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have never chosen accounting, honestly. Accounting was probably last on my list. I'd rather be a doctor than an accountant.
It wasn't first on my list. Surprisingly, I wanted to become a geologist at some point in my life.
And here you're working for a geology company, so I think things work out the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay,
I guess.
So I think it's only fair that we start because I think everyone else, just like me, is excited to get to know how to do whatever it is that we're doing here. So I'm your assistant today.
Okay.
You're a head chef.
First thing, you can start by chopping the onions.
Okay, I am not a fan of chopping onions. So
and
how
garlic.
do you need me to chop onions?
They need to be
thinly sliced blocks.
Small blocks.
Small blocks. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to attempt.
And the same with the garlic, but I can help you with the garlic.
Yes, please, because I have no idea how to chop garlic.
Okay.
My dad showed me multiple times, and until this day, it's not happening. So where did you attend high school that you didn't have an accounting? Because I know in my high school career, accounting was kind of mandatory up until grade 10.
I was at St. George's.
Okay.
St. George's, yeah. So most people had accounting, but I started there at grade 10.
Oh, okay, when it was a choice to choose.
When it was a choice to choose. So, And before that, I wasn't at a school that required me to specifically do accounting as a subject.
Where is the school? Maybe I should have been there.
It's in France. Yeah.
Oh, lucky fish. She got to go to France. So tell us about that. How long were you there and where exactly in France were you did you go to school?
So we were in Paris, sorry.
Okay.
But we initially stayed in Paris for the first year. And then we moved to the outskirts where we went to the British School of Paris. Yeah.
That's
Initially I was at another school in Paris, but then we moved to the outskirts of Paris, the suburbs,
A girlie that's never been outside of the country, I just need to know. Life in Paris compared to life in Namibia, is there a big difference in terms of the social aspects of nightlife, going outside of work, school life specifically? I
was very young, but I'd say so nightlife wasn't one of the things that I really did, but I would say school life is a lot different. We'd go to school from 8 until 4.
Really?
Yeah, but we'd have longer breaks and stuff. So
okay.
Yeah. But I'd say Namibia or Windhoek, it's less busy. There, it's
Compared to France.
Yeah, it's high tempo everywhere.
So
Almost
is it like
everywhere.
how we see it in the movies? Is that what we can expect? Like, is it really like it is on TV?
Some places, yeah, but some places, yeah.
Where you were specifically in high school?
Where I was specifically in high school, my first school was the International School of Paris, which I was at for a year. And that was like the typical Parisian school. It was even like you could see the Eiffel Tower. But
Sounds like a dream, honestly.
you get used to it, and then it's just like a big iron
It was
or
like
metal
there,
structure
just
that is
there.
there, yeah. So it's not that amazing.
I think I'd give everything to just spend like a night in Paris even. But do you miss it sometimes? Like, do you look back and think like, what if I stayed, or what if I could have stayed?
I probably would have if I was older and I had the opportunity to stay. But I wouldn't see myself going back. Home is like, Namibia is home. I can't see myself living anywhere else. So I don't
Okay.
see myself being someone that can live.
In Paris right now at this point.
Yeah, no, I don't see that.
Okay, do you need this whole onion, or is half an onion fine?
I need the whole onion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Because
need-
my eyes are cheering up here, but I will push through for you guys because I'm looking forward to this soup, honestly.
They say, some people say like if you chew something or imaginary, then it doesn't burn. But I've
heard
tried
that-
that, but it doesn't work.
It doesn't. I heard that if you put a glass of water in front of you while you chop the onion, it's supposed to stop you from crying.
Nah,
But that's the biggest lie.
I think you just have to
Ever.
cry it out. Just cry it out.
I don't think I've ever met a person that doesn't shed a tear when they chop onions.
I don't think it's possible.
Somewhere out there, there's a young ma'am or sir just not shedding tears for this.
Yeah, and just chopping away.
So, how long have you been working at this company or firm that you're at right now?
I've been there for 2 years. So in February, it was 2 years, the
Okay.
beginning of February. So yeah, but it's really nice working there. It's a really good working environment. You get along with everyone, and yeah.
How would you like describe the culture there? Because I've never heard of this company before. You're the first person that I've come across to mention it, nonetheless work there.
If you're into geology, geophysics, then
It's the place
most
for you.
people know about it. But I wouldn't, I also didn't know about it initially until I applied for the job. And then I
So
only
you just
found
went
out.
in there blindly.
Yeah, kind of. Not really blindly, but
You more or less had like a little bit of idea what you're getting yourself into, but not had a grasp of what it actually means to be a part
yeah.
of the
But
company.
at the end of the day, I only do the accounting there and the admin stuff. So it's not really, I wouldn't
Yeah.
say I'm doing geophysical work. I'm just doing what I actually studied for. So
Okay, is this the ultimate dream? Is this something else we can expect from when it comes to your accounting career?
it's not the ultimate dream. The ultimate dream is to become a CFA one day,
Okay.
which is a chartered financial analyst, and get into investing and that type of
Okay,
industry.
let's speak in layman's terms, and I'm someone who has no idea what it means to be a CFA. Am I correct?
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
How would you describe to me what a CFA is? Like, what is your job description?
A CFA, look like
For example, why would I need a CFA?
okay. Why would you need a CFA?
Yes.
You need a CFA. Say for instance, you would want to have money that you'd like to invest and you'd like a long-term goal, for example, and grow your funds. Then the CFA would be someone that you go to for advice, investment advice, what to invest in and so forth. Yeah.
So you'd actually be responsible for a lot of people's money.
Yeah,
Wow.
basically.
I could not bear that load on my shoulders, to be honest. But that does sound interesting. And my eyes are cheering up, so I need a short break. I don't know about you. We will be right back after this short one. So we're back here, and during the break, we didn't really do much because, like I said, this is a quick easy meal to make.
Yeah.
We grated some cheese and I am ready to go into the next step. So chef,
Okay,
what's up
so
next?
the next step is, okay, we gotta heat up the pot,
Okay,
put some
got our
oil in it.
ready.
Is it on?
It's on, yes.
Okay, yeah.
So,
You just heat it up.
just tell me how much oil I need to put in here.
That should be enough, slightly more. Okay, yeah, about 2 tablespoons of oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I always like to do this with my oil. I don't know why. This makes me feel better about myself when I do that. So before the break, we got to get to know a little bit about the dream of where accounting came from. We got to know that you've been everywhere. So besides Paris, where else did you find your feet?
Like where else
In
have
the
I
world,
been?
yes.
Oh,
Where else have we?
so since Paris or like the European Union is so open, like you can move from country to country very easily. I've been to majority of the European countries. So
So
like
you had like a mini personal tour of Europe.
yeah, but I was
Something
I
like
was
that.
a lot younger, so I don't feel like I experienced it the way I should really should.
Like you appreciated it the way
Exactly.
you should
Yeah.
have. Okay, so before you lived in Paris, for how long were you there?
We were there for 4 years.
Okay, wow, 4 years. Were you in Namibia then, or were you before Paris? Were you situated somewhere else?
We were in Namibia. We were
So
just
it's
in
Namibia, Paris, back to Namibia.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, that sounds very interesting. Can you speak French? I have to ask.
I can speak French.
Okay.
However, since I came back,
The
I'm not
French
as
hasn't
fluent
been
as I
French.
used to be.
The
Yeah.
French hasn't been French.
Yeah, there's no
yet.
one to talk French, or there are people, but I don't
Okay.
find myself surrounded with people where I can have a full-on conversation with them and speak French. So
Okay, so I won't put you on the spot and have you speak French to us unless you have something there you'd like to say in French. I'll try and decipher what it is, but make it easy for me so that I think it's sort of related to the dish or your career or something. I can decipher throughout the whole episode, but I have to hear it. I have to hear it.
Okay, we can at the
You
end.
can think
I'll
of
think of
something.
something, then we can say
Okay,
it at the end.
so I think we can pour in our onions.
We can
and
put in the onions, yeah?
Yeah.
And then they can like
I
cook.
really like that sound.
It's actually a bit too hot. Okay, not really. It's fine.
The sound of sizzling onions just does something. It really does something.
So you can just mix that, and then after that, keep going a bit. We don't want to add the garlic immediately, because
Okay.
if garlic added too early, it can burn and then it gives off a bitter taste.
Okay.
So yeah, when we add the tomato paste, we can add the garlic as well. So yeah.
So in talking about your student life, like when did you graduate and where did you study?
I was at NUST. I graduated in April 2022.
That wasn't too long ago.
Not too long ago.
Okay, and you're currently busy studying to be a CFA.
Yes, that's the main objective. However, it takes a while. It's not something.
Okay. This does happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are different levels. So there's level 1, 2, 3.
And you're
then you
busy
write
level-
exams based off of that.
Okay.
And then those levels. And then, yeah.
And this is strictly online.
You can say it's online. But yeah, it's kind of online. It's one institution that gives the course. And like to just one institution. So you can't like say I'm going to a specific university and studying it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just one place that gives the course.
So when we talk about you getting your degree, how would you describe your student life in a nutshell when it comes to, like balancing studying and work and everything else in between? Because I know for me personally, I'm studying and I'm working, and it's a headache to be able to make sure you study, get your assignments on time, and then thinking of the workload that you have at work waiting for you. Like, how would you describe it? Is it easy for you? Does it come naturally? Is it a headache as
The
well?
balance is very difficult. So like after work, I'm tired. Then I have to go home and get myself together to study. But it's like, yeah, it's hard for me. It's difficult.
I think once you get that balance, it all just flows naturally.
Yeah, it does. But there always has to be like balance between. So like the weekends, I try not to study over the weekends.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a very unique approach.
So I try to get everything done during the week, and then the weekends I have like my off. But if I really have to study that weekend, I obviously do, but I try not to. Yeah.
Okay, so when studying to be an accountant, it's obviously not as hectic as being a CFA. I don't know why I want to say CFO. I don't know why I want to say that.
Probably because they sound similar.
They do.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like taking tests and the level of intensity of the tests, how would you describe it?
It's more intense.
Of course.
The studying, so like the work is a lot more. Like I have to do basically for my first level, I do 10 modules that I have to study on my own, and it's all in one exam. So there's 10 modules that are all in one exam. You just write one exam.
So it's not
That's
like
your first
university where
level.
you have like the mini tests in between.
No,
it's just
not at
one
all.
big exam
Just
for everything.
one big exam for everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy I didn't choose accounting.
Can you just try open this for us? Then I'll throw the garlic in.
Today I am the muscle in the kitchen.
Yeah, the muscle.
So we thought.
Which you're trying to open. Okay, we can also add our tomato paste. So we don't want too much. And then you just
So
mix
this
it
is
in.
fresh off of TikTok. When we get to
No,
taste,
but it's not the exact TikTok recipe.
we personalize it a bit.
Yeah, actually it's not me. It's my girlfriend that personalized it. It's her recipe.
Okay.
So I'm doing her recipe. Yeah.
So we need to give her a call after this just to like give our feedback. Or
Yeah,
I need
yeah.
to give
You
her
can
my
give her
feedback.
your feedback. Yeah.
And just be like, girl, either you did something right or something went wrong. Because
But nothing's gonna go wrong.
I hope so.
'Cause
So
she's,
far,
yeah.
it looks like, it's gonna get there.
Okay, and we can add our mince.
Awesome. Okay,
We
so
can add the mince.
we washed our hands before we did this. I promise you. Just gonna throw everything all in once.
Yeah,
Okay.
just everything at once, and then we can let
that
the
up a
heat go
bit.
up a bit.
So, when it comes to personal life, I want to know about the family life. Are you an only child? Do you have siblings?
I have siblings.
Okay.
I have 2 brothers. Yeah, they're very annoying.
I think everyone will say that about their siblings. Are you the youngest, oldest, middle child?
I'm the youngest.
Because you're the spoiled one amongst the three.
No,
We get
I'm
to
not the
see
spoiled one.
that.
It's actually the oldest child is the spoiled one.
Usually it's flipped around in the family household where the youngest one gets the most attention, the oldest one gets the most heat on them, and the middle one is just surviving through life,
The middle one is actually one that gets the most attention.
I would have not
eldest
guessed that.
Is the one that they're most lenient with. And I'm the one they're the most strict with.
I think your siblings might disagree. I think it's based on which child you ask that will give you the answers.
I don't think they disagree.
We'll have to get them on the show and have to ask them this because this is quite interesting to hear the dynamic there. So, how did the love for numbers, like, you say this isn't something that you thought about in high school, it just happened.
It just happened, yeah. So it was like my last year in high school. It's something that came to mind because that's the time that I had to start figuring out what I actually want to study after school. And then there was a big influence from my family members. Most of them are into numbers and into accounting. So that influenced like...
Where you ended up going.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I never saw myself as someone doing science or...
all those things. Okay.
Exactly.
So when you say the influence came from your family, are they chartered accountants, CFAs in the family,
There's my one cousin is a chartered accountant. My dad does accounting work.
Okay.
And the other cousin is also busy pursuing the CFA. Yeah.
Okay, so you have a lot of accountants in the house.
Yeah, a lot of help.
Okay, I have to ask because I know as a media practitioner, my family runs to me with every press release to ask if this is true, if that is true. When it comes to your job and your family and your friends, do you get them regularly asking you accounting related questions like about tax? Is this true about the tax? What will happen if this happens? What does this mean now with my pay?
Yeah,
What is it?
that's obviously something I have to deal with. Sometimes I don't want to help them. Not that I don't want to help them. It's more of a thing of I'm not
Yeah, no, I get paid for this. I'm
Yeah,
like,
exactly. So it's a
But I think even with doctors, it's the same. Their cousins are like, I have this bump. Can you just like, I don't want to pay.
No, I obviously help, but sometimes I'm just so tired, like I don't
Yeah.
see myself in the mood to help at that point in
Exactly.
time. But I still help. Like my brother needs accounting help, I'll help him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we can't be selfish with the trades that God gave us.
Exactly.
So as delicious as this sounds, I think we need a short break just to gather our thoughts because I'm quite getting hungry, just smelling everything here. So we'll be back right after this one. Busy. As you can see, we moved around ingredients. Things are looking amazing in this pot, I have to say. I think your girlfriend would be proud at the way it looks.
I hope she is.
Okay, so why don't you tell our viewers what we came up with, like what we did during the break?
Okay, so during the break, we let it cook a bit. We added some of the chicken stock that we made.
Yeah.
And then we let it simmer, added the pasta sheets, which we just broke roughly.
Okay. Yeah.
And then let that simmer until the pasta sheets were soft, like
Yeah.
so they were cooked. And then added a can of tomato, mixed Italian tomato, onions, and that. And then after that, we added the cream to bring out the color, and then just some spices.
So when it comes to the spices, I saw salt and pepper, of course, is a must. There was some origami. Oregano. How do you say it? Oregano.
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 And mixed herbs as well. Yeah.
Mixed herbs. That was all the spices.
Yeah, and then we also added some parsley, I think.
Yes, parsley was in there. Obviously, we had our garlic, as we saw. We had our onions. It was nice and brown. And as I'm looking at it now, the cheese really that came in. Everything looks.
We also added some cheese into it.
Really creamy right now. So I cannot wait to dish this up, to taste this.
Yeah.
Because I am actually really sad that you guys at home don't get to taste this. But if you paid attention, I'm sure that it would be easy for you to make this really. This took like, what, 20 minutes at most?
Yeah,
to make
20 or 30 minutes.
Because it was really fast. If you have everything, I mean, look at that. I am a really messy disher, but today I'm really going to try my best just to get us. Oh, and this smells amazing. Okay.
I hope it tastes nice.
If
it doesn't, just be honest.
I mean, and I cannot wait to just get my hands on this. I will be honest with you, I was a little scared because when we got into the kitchen, you gave me vibes of I'm really unsure if I can do this.
Seriously.
But as you were cooking, I saw that you got more confident. So let's see if this accountant can really cook us up a dish. We'll be back after this. So I just got really comfortable in my chair. I'm like ready. I loosened up my apron for this one because I needed to be prepared. This looks amazing.
I hope it tastes nice.
I really think
I
so.
really
So
hope it tastes nice.
just to finish off a little touch, we threw a bit of, I'm gonna say chili. I don't know where the chili came from.
Extra cheese.
Some cheese and some coriander.
Yeah,
right?
coriander pesto. Yeah.
So I'm gonna dig in. It's a little bit hot, so of course we had to get our tasty drink there. So I'm gonna open up this can, wait for the sound, wait for it.
Should we both do that?
Okay.
Okay.
I just love that sound.
I think mine sounded better.
Well, I think mine's gonna taste better. There's nothing better than a cold Coke just to finish off your dish. Just let everything settle in. So I'm gonna have that ready because this soup is a little hot. But I can't wait to dig in. So guys, this is really a sweet, short, easy dish to make. It's a lot of ingredients, but easy to get ingredients, right?
Yeah, easy to get, and they're also quite cheap.
They are.
For the
and
guys on a budget and the girls on a budget.
we'll need to do the smell check first. I think that's a solid 9.5 out of 10. Definitely. This smells amazing.
Okay.
Are we ready for the moment of truth?
Yeah, you can dig in.
We're
Let's
gonna-
taste.
I'm nervous for your part though. I don't know why.
Why are you nervous for my part? I feel like I know it's going to taste nice. I'm just acting.
Here goes nothing. Yes. This is officially one of my favorite dishes. It's definitely in my top 3. And I know I made this with you, but I think I need to rewatch this episode so that I can get every little detail in to make this at home.
It's easy to make. I feel like you'll be able to manage on your own.
I will definitely. I need to teach my boyfriend how to make this so that we can also make this in the kitchen because this tastes freaking awesome.
I think the main thing you have to learn when making the dish is try not to cry when cutting the onions.
I was fighting for my life, honestly. Even after we were done with the onions, I was like looking at you and my eyes were just tearing up like this. But before we love and leave you, I just wanted to ask if our friends out there, if our viewers out there want to reach out to you, maybe to get the recipe for this delicious meal, or simply just to ask you about some taxable questions, accounting relatable questions, where can they reach out to you?
They can reach out to me on my Instagram. It's just my name, Francois Van Rooi. Yeah.
So they can just drop a DM there for you. But anyways, this dish was absolutely delicious. We had absolute fun with you in the kitchen. And from an accountant to aspiring accountants out there, perhaps students who are currently busy pursuing their career, is there any word of advice that you can give them to just keep their heads up and to get that degree, get that CFA that you are aiming for?
I'd say the main thing is just not to give up. Just keep on pushing, and you're there for a reason. So just make the most of the moment and enjoy it. Try and enjoy it as much as you can. Yeah.
I think that deserved a cheers and a sip of Coke to say goodbye to our guest.
Thank you.
That brings us to yet another episode of What's Cooking. I'm your host, Patricia Kutsia, and we had fun today with our very first accountant for the season, Francois Van Rooi, making for us a delicious, delicious lasagna soup. You know where to catch us again every Friday, same time, same place.